I haven't seen feature on other YouTube videos and tour guides, and in my opinion, you guys, I think they are hidden gems. The first one is the Meiji University Modern Manga Library, the Naikiko. Can't recommend enough for you to go is the Setagaya Literary.
I know sooner or later it will come, the day that I know I'm in love. Will it feel warm and dry like a kiss in July? Will it chill down my bones? Will it cool like the snow? And I look at my window to see what the universe has in store for me. People passing by in the street will be smiling at me, 'cause they already know what it's like being in love. The sky starts to roll up its clouds, so the sun can't just stop hiding out. Spreading wings. So every night I stare at the moon, just to check if she's still looking blue. Don't know who you are yet, you seem a bit hard to get, but I know you're out there. I just wait for the day where the sky will spread open its clouds, so the sun can't just stop hiding out. The windows will open and sing like birds that are spreading their wings. And I spot you right across the street, like a song that is playing just for me. We'll know and we'll smile as if we knew. All this time I was waiting for you. The sky will spread open its clouds, so the sun can just stop hiding out. The windows will open and sing like birds that are spreading, that are spreading.
光光，很棒。你要来点饭或甜点吗？你喜欢吗？喜欢。吃半个。好吧，换手。我们轻轻的，轻轻的。
对，那在石冈那边就确实也发现，就是东西被粉碎。它这个2公尺是差不多不收，就是这样，我举高跟你举高，大概就听得到。